So the first step is you'll need to deploy some VMs to use for this assignment. So when you click on to create a VM, hopefully you already have a machine image, which I explained in another video. So I'm going to use my machine image. Mine's just called my Linux VM. So it already has my basic settings, so I don't have to do that over again. And it'll deploy that machine. I'm going to need two of them, so I'm going to go ahead and create a second one. We're going to need one to be the server and one to be the client for this assignment. So go ahead and create that one as well. And once they get created, just to make things a little bit easier, once these are started, I'm going to stop them and I'm going to change the image name just so that it's clear which one is which. So in order to change the VM's name, I'm just going to select them here, and then I'm going to click on stop, so it'll stop the VM. Now that the machine's stopped, I can click on it, and you'll have the option in here to edit. I'm going to click edit at the top, and I should be able to change the VM name right here. So once you change the name, you'll click save at the bottom. So I'll take a second to save. Next, I'm going to go ahead and start both of my machines. So I'll just highlight them and click the button to start them. And once these machines are started, I should be able to connect to it. So I'm going to set up the server first. So I'm going to copy the public IP or external IP to my clipboard. I'm going to SSH to that server. So student at public IP address. Oops. If you get this message, so sometimes this will pop up, you're going to have to clear your known host file. I'll show you how to do that. I usually use Notepad++ to do this, so I'm just going to copy the path that it gives me in here, and then back here in Notepad++ I can just paste it in. It should open that file. Oh, there's an extra slash in here. Oh, maybe I need to... Oh, there's another extra slash. There we go. So known hosts, you just go in here. I got a lot of them in here. I just delete everything in here. It doesn't really matter. You'll just prompt you again to trust that host. So once you do that, it should allow you to connect. You just have to say yes. So let me go ahead and log in. All right, and I'm connected. So the next step is I need to do some updates, right? We always do this when we have a fresh machine. Now these are already updated, so if I run sudo apt-update, it should really have nothing to do because most of these we've recently updated. But we also need to upgrade anything that needs to be upgraded. So we're going to also run the command for apt-upgrade. Because some of the packages might need to be upgraded for this lab to work. I just noticed that this lab works a little bit better if I run it with the upgrade. Alright, so let's let that run. This will take a little bit longer than normal, so this might take a little bit of time. Alright, so once that's done, the last step is we need to set our host name. It's just going to make things a little simpler as we go through this, and we're going to do this on both machines. When we're using LDAP and we're using Active Directory and things like that, host names become a little bit more important, right? We haven't really worried about it yet in this course. So the command to do this, so I'm going to use for the domain name, you're going to see is going forward, I'm going to make the domain learn-linux.local. That'll be our domain name for LDAP. Very similar to Active Directory, right, where you have to pick a domain name. And I'm just going to name the server LDAP. So it'll just be... So this machine's name is going to, its FQDN or fully qualified domain name will be ldap.learn-linux.local. It doesn't have to match the VM, the label for the VM in Google. It doesn't care about that. So if I run this, that'll update the host name for the machine. And it's also helpful to have that in the host file so it knows how to resolve it. So we're just going to run a quick command that's going to modify the host file. You could modify the host file by hand if you want to. Instead of running this command, you could use VI and just add that IP, the local loopback IP, to that host name, to both ldap.learn-linux.local and then ldap, which is the local name, or just the host name. So we'll run that. That'll update the host file. I know it works because if I try to ping ldap, it should now work, right? It can ping the local machine. Or if I try to ping learn-linux.ldap, or I'm sorry, .local. So that should ping as well. So we know that works. So that's it. So that's the first step. We got our machine set up. We got the host name set. Let's move on to the next step.